What the fuck are you doing over there?
Flossing.
With your cellophane?
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
Coming to you live from the JRE Tobacco Aladino Mobile Studios, it's the Cigar Pulpit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm the Bishop of the Burn, Nick, and with me, as always,
It's Gator.
he has no pants on today.
No, pantsless.
No pants. Boxers, thankfully.
Yes.
I mean, so he's not completely
And a hoodie.
nude from the waist down,
And
but,
a hoodie.
but it's not much.
I was flossing with the cellophane.
Oh,
before
everybody
we started.
knows because I'd already hit record, and that's going to be
good.
the start of the show there. So, no, everybody knows this is the bullshit I deal with.
It makes good floss.
The other thing I would like to point out to everybody is that that's evidence that he had the cigar out of the cellophane.
Oh, no, this is cellophane from an earlier cigar.
Oh, dear God, you used old cellophane.
Yeah, it was, I had.
How
I
long
keep
has that
it.
been sitting out here?
I was smoking it yesterday.
But that cellophane's been sitting out here since yesterday.
Oh, yeah. It was a Perdomo.
But, dude, like, it's been sitting outside.
So what?
Like, stuff can get on it. That's gross.
Oh, there's good things in the air.
Anyway.
When I make my ferments out of the garden, that's why I don't wash the vegetables when I do it. They have the natural bacteria that create the ferments.
So today we're going to be smoking a new selection from our friends down there at ATL Cigar Company.
Just going to ignore that, aren't you?
We're going to be smoking the ATL Magic. It's a 6x54 Toro that, what little bit of research I was able to figure out, uses a Mexican San Andreas wrapper over fillers from the Esteli, Jalapa, and Pueblo Nuevo regions of Nicaragua.
You can really taste the Esteli.
I knew you were going to say that. This cigar actually was blended by Luciano over at Ace Prime Cigars, so it's a collaboration that they've put together with
A mashup.
with Luciano.
I like it. It's a big giant son of a bitch.
It's a 6x54. That's
Yeah.
not that giant.
It's
Jeff.
a big cigar.
But it's a nice looking cigar. So we're going to smoke that today. And this cigar came to us courtesy of our friends over there at ATL Cigar Company. And, we appreciate it. They sent a little card that basically said that we unfortunately missed the Pulpit in the Pool episode this year. Remember?
The what?
We're going back to our conversation with the three people from ATL. Remember? They were having all the pool parties all over
That's
Atlanta.
right.
And we were going to go down to Atlanta and have the Pulpit in the Pool episode.
Oh, we got to do that.
I mean,
I forgot all about that.
It's October, so
It's going to be nippy.
we've kind of missed it for
I was
this
in the
year.
pool. I was in the pool.
Well, we've missed it for this year, so now we just have to be thinking ahead to maybe next year.
When it hides like a frightened turtle. I don't know how you guys walk around with those things.
Anyway, I think it's time that we go ahead and cut the cigar. And
You've never watched Seinfeld, have you?
some.
Okay. I just quoted one of the best scenes ever.
I'm, whatever. No soup for you? I don't know.
See, you do know a reference.
Anyway.
Not the accurate one at this time, but
The official cutting is brought to you by Riverman Cigar Company of Crestwood, Missouri.
I was there today.
I was there on Friday night.
I hung out with Cindy today.
I went over and hung out with quite a few of the guys over there in the lounge. We were discussing all sorts of fun stuff. It was a good time.
You know what I had?
What did you have?
I had a Timeless.
Good for you.
Yep. I tried one of Mr. Herklot's new cigars, and it was very nice.
I had a nice selection of cigars that I picked up for myself on Friday night, including the Cuban, I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head. It was the Cuban Classic, I think, from Don Pepin Garcia.
Oh, yeah.
My father and all that.
Yeah.
It's a good cigar.
Well, that's cool.
It was tasty. So
Well, that's neat.
I had a fun time.
Yeah, Kristen had a doctor's appointment, so I couldn't go in with her, so I just drove over to Riverman, sat and had a cigar.
I got me some Chipotle delivered. All the guys had to sit and watch me eat. That was fun.
There you go. Are you going to stick around tonight? I'm making salad.
Salad's what the food eats, Jeff.
We're having a happy...
What?
She had her doctor's appointment today.
Oh, my God. Well,
You got to get checked out.
happy.
You know what? We actually better cut that because she's going to cut my lips off.
Nope. I got too much work to do to be cutting this kind of stuff. So, anyway,
we're cutting that.
Riverman Cigar Company of Crestwood, Missouri. He's got all kinds of great cigars over there in the humidor. He's getting a lot more in even now because it's funny how orders trickle in months and months and months after you place them.
It's true. They had a big box delivered today.
What?
They had a big box of cigars delivered today while I was there.
And you didn't, peruse it to see what it was?
Cindy hadn't cracked it open yet. She hadn't broken its seal of freshness.
Well, damn it, Cindy. Anyway. Well, guys, if you're in the St. Louis area, you owe it to yourself to swing on by Riverman Cigar Company of Crestwood, Missouri. And if you're not in the St. Louis area, but you still want to support a really awesome brick and mortar, give Dan a call over there at Riverman Cigar Company because he does mail order and he can get a box of cigars sent to you right away. That's Riverman Cigar Company of Crestwood, Missouri. And it's time that we go ahead and cut the cigar.
I need to get mine out of the cellophane.
I knew it. I mean, you could have been doing that, all this time. Of course, then you would have been stomping all over Dan's ad with this bullshit.
I want to mess with Dan's ad.
Anyway, I'm going to give this thing a V-cut. Nice. Oh, Jeff. Wanting me to make edits. Yeah, you're gonna have to cut. But then he purposely has conversation with me that makes it impossible for me to edit out things that I want edited out. So now I'm sitting here and I'm just like, should I?
Oh,
should I?
Bull! I know how much you edit out. You second shit. Plus all the bleeps.
It's like, should I?
Yeah, we'll talk to Corey about how much you edit. Okay. Got it.
Well, speaking of Corey, by all accounts, it looks like he had a wonderful turnout over there at the Weston Tobacco Festival on Saturday.
Much on that.
I've seen a couple of pictures online and whatnot, and it looks like it was a really great time there and everything, and we really do regret that at the last minute we were unable to make it out. And
it's my fault.
I fully blame Jeff.
It's my fault.
I just blame Jeff all day long.
I had a bunch of sports stuff to cover, and one of my editors was out of town. So it fell back on me.
Well, and
and it's my fault. I take full responsibility.
I know what happens when I'm around Corey by myself, hence the first day of TPE 2020, and I've chosen to not put myself in that situation.
Let me ask you this. Between spending Vegas with Corey or Vegas with me, which was worse?
Oh, man. It's literally two sides of the same coin. Because, yeah.
Both of us. It was debilitating to be with us.
Both of you were painful in totally different ways, but very similar ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's something to
think about it this year.
What if debated.
Corey and I get together with you and maybe our buddy Trey Mac?
Oh,
this could be a whole hangover situation. I was
say it's a hangover situation where I just end up on the roof of the hotel.
Throw in your mattress.
Because let's be real, out of the 4 people that are involved in this situation,
yeah,
I'm the one most likely to end up on the roof of the hotel.
I was thinking you were more like Alan.
No, I'm the least. At best, I'm the dude who got his tooth knocked out. The one who's just flipping. The dentist, yeah. The one who's flipping out the whole time like, I can't believe this is happening to me. That kind of thing. I'm either that guy or I'm the guy trapped on the roof. One or the other. But I am definitely not the smooth, handsome-looking dude. And I'm definitely not the, wild, crazy one that's spiking everybody's shit.
Well, of our crew, who would be the crazy, handsome dude? Who would be the guy from American Sniper? What's his name?
I don't know. I'm gonna probably.
He was
I know who it is.
The bad guy in Wedding Crashers.
But I can't think of his name.
He sang with what's her names? They did that.
It truly doesn't matter.
They did that movie.
Yes. It was with
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. Yeah, I was thinking
Bradley Cooper.
That's it. That's the guy's name. Anyway, I don't care. But. I don't know who it would be. I mean, probably. I don't want. No, I'm not going to do this. I'm not playing into your bullshit game. I'm not playing into your bullshit game of telling you which one I think
You were
going to
say Brad Cooper.
No, you were definitely not in the running. I am not going to get in the trick of you making me say which guy I think is more handsome, Corey or Trey Mack. Because you know what that turns into? That turns into you just making a whole bunch of comments, and I don't need that.
Would I do that?
Oh, yeah, you would. Yeah, you would.
I think it's Trey Mack. I think he wins.
Probably.
Yeah.
But
if you think about it, though, okay, Ed Helms is the only one in the movie that got laid.
Huh. Sweet.
Yeah.
So if I flip the coin and I end up in the Ed Helms role, then ha. But more than likely, I'm the dude trapped on the roof.
And think about it. He had sex with Heather Graham.
He did.
Yeah. And got married to her.
Was there a lady boy in the second one, though?
Yeah, the lady boy was in the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to Thailand, buddy. or Bangkok or wherever that one was at.
They don't call it Bangkok for nothing.
Not doing that. Anyway, all right. So
I'll tell you, the third movie tied that together really well.
The ATL Magic.
Oh, back to the cigar.
I was going to say, it's time for cold draw. Have you done it? You haven't. You've just been sitting there just making references.
Just taking you down rabbit holes.
You didn't have enough of this stupid bullshit on Friday's show?
You know what? I listened to Friday's show and giggled out loud.
I had a lot of fun
while
with Friday's
we were listening
show.
to it. Yeah,
Friday's show was fun.
That was the closest I think that we've ever gotten to actually you and I.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was just us riffing for an hour and 20 minutes or however long it turned out to be.
Yeah. It was pretty random.
Mm-hmm.
What are you getting on this cold draw? You make very, bizarre noises on the microphone.
I'm getting something.
I know.
What is that?
I don't know.
Hold on, let me get a drink of tea. Boy, it's distinct. But what is it?
I don't know. I've encountered this before on cigars, and I've never known how to classify it on those either.
It's distinct. I mean, very distinct.
Kind of earthy. It's not sweet.
What the hell is that?
It's not sweet. It's kind of earthy.
Come on. I'm going to hone in on this. Hold on. It is my second cigar of the day, though, which is not helping me.
I haven't had any. This is my first. But, dude, I can't pinpoint it. I've had this flavor note, though, before. And I've always struggled with it before as well.
Blackberry brandy.
No.
Blackberry brandy.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Dude.
Yeah, blackberry brandy.
I've never had it, so I can't necessarily say no, I guess. But, I mean, is there any sweetness to blackberry brandy? Because I'm not getting any sweetness off of this.
I wouldn't necessarily say sweetness. I mean, it's just blackberry liquor.
I don't know about that.
That's what I'm getting.
Okay. Well,
maybe a cognac, a blackberry.
I guess
a berry
for lack
flavor. I don't know.
For lack of a better descriptive by me, I guess that's what we're gonna have to run with. But
tell you what drove it home was the cold retro.
I hate to admit that I was sitting here doing that quite a bit because I was getting better flavor off of that in this one. But
snap! You just admitted
it was the same flavor. It just was,
but it was more pronounced.
You can suck it. I just want you to know.
But you're admitting I'm right.
You can suck it.
You just admitted I've been right for 2 years.
You can suck it. Oh, I never said that.
Oh, that's what I heard.
I did not say that.
It's what I heard.
That's what she said.
Anyway.
What does that even mean?
I don't even know. It's like that's what I heard. That's what she said.
No,
anyway.
It's not even close.
Did you just have to gas up your lighter?
I did.
Did you ghost it?
Huh? No.
Something about it. All right, Teddy. Let's see if his hand explodes.
Yeah, exactly.
Boosh. His hand may not have. But
I have a little trick where if I don't have anything to ghost it with, I'll ghost it actually with the tube on the can. I don't advise anyone else doing that because it's probably not safe, but I did it.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that's how you light the can on fire.
Well, what? No, I'm pushing it down partially so it vents the lighter, not the can.
Okay, so
It's a
you're
whole
not
trick of-
doing anything with the... Because, dude, like...
Well, no, I'm not lighting it while
I've
I'm
had
filling
somebody
it.
tell me, like, the way you clean the jets on the thing is you take the can and, like, spray that, like, on that to, like, clean it out. And I'm thinking, you're directing the butane straight on. And I remember you doing that with at least one lighter, but you were using straight lighter fluid, not butane.
Yeah, the lighter had broken, so I just put a couple of drops of, like a Zippo lighter, and put a couple of drops of that in it, click it, it'd light up, and give me enough time to light a cigar. And then I set the lighter on fire.
I was going to say, that did not end well.
Yeah, I don't recommend that to anyone.
All right, so we got this guy lit up. I will say right off the bat, it's smoking good. Like, it's kicking off some smoke to it.
It really is. Is this a medium or a full? It looks like it would be a full, but it's not coming off.
I don't know.
flavor-wise.
I couldn't say. I mean, I literally know very little about it. I know the little bit that was in the press release, and that was pretty much it. Basically, hey, here's the description of the cigar, and hey, we worked with Luciano on this, and it's like, oh, that's great. Which at some point, I'm going to try and get Luciano on the show, because I met him over there at Riverman Cigar Company one morning, and we had a very nice conversation, and he's interested in coming on, but it's just a matter of scheduling.
Do the retro hail.
You know. Oh, God.
Yeah, I want to see you.
Gar.
Let's see how this goes. Oh, that's a big puff.
I didn't oh, God.
I'm pretty sure smoke shot right out the top of your head.
I didn't even get it out of my nose. That just came in my, out of my mouth.
But what is it?
Oh, God.
I've killed Nick.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Hang on. Let me attempt another.
Oh, God, you're going to do it again?
I didn't do it right the first time, so...
I've never seen smoke shoot out the top of someone's head.
Oh, my God.
Till now.
Oh, my God. There's definitely some spice. There's something to it. I don't know.
But it's not pepper at all.
But I'm not in a position right now to be able to answer that question.
You look like you're in pain.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I'm thinking a nice, like, baking spice.
Yeah.
Allspice.
Sure. I'm sorry. I should not have attempted so close to the first one. That was the problem there. That's all I did.
That was the problem?
All I did is exacerbate the problems from the first one. I'm like, oh.
I'm thinking like an allspice.
Not good. Okay.
That's what I think. Because there's really no pepper at all to that.
Maybe not, but I'll say it's smoking wonderfully. My burn line is straight as a razor all the way around. Digging it.
That's a good cigar.
I don't know if this is part of their core line now or if this is just a limited deal.
The
But
Magic by ATL Cigars?
But I'll say if this is part of their core line, then this is a winner. If it's a limited one, then, you know, initial thoughts are get more. But
yeah,
I'll know more at the end of it.
I was going to say, so far it's smoking up really
I was
nicely.
going to say, I'm digging it so far.
It's a bigger ring gauge than I like, but, you know.
It's a 54. It's not like it's like a 60. Yes,
that's
that
a
is
60 all day
dude,
long.
that is a 6 by 54.
I don't buy it. Let me
It
look
is
at
labeled... That's not even the right one.
Yeah, it's a 6 by 54.
The 6 would be the 6 inches
Okay,
of
you're
length.
right. It's not a 60.
Well, guys, 226 episodes later, we've determined Jeff has no idea about cigar measurements.
It really feels like a 60.
It's truly not. It's a 54.
Huh.
Do you not have a 60 around here?
No. I mean, unless I drop my pants, but...
Dear God. Dear God. Anyway.
It's a little chilly out.
Dear God. I can't. I just can't.
That's what I use as my cigar gauge.
Oh, my God.
I'm a rocket man.
Anyway.
Oh, any excuse to use that. You love it, don't you?
I kept it. I wasn't going to let it go.
Nice.
It seemed like it was one of those ones that could come in handy.
This really does seem bigger than a 54.
Dude, it's the 54 ring gauge.
Weird.
Telling you.
Weird.
Anyway.
I got nothing.
What?
I got nothing.
What? God, you suck.
I think it's time for Ask the Boys.
It is not already time for... Well, I guess it could be, but it doesn't have to be. Oh, my God. I got nothing.
I'm making you dinner at 5 o'clock. We got to move on to Ask the Boys.
This is some rapid-fire bullshit is what this is. Oh, my God. Because, you're going to slave over that salad.
I got to grill the steak first.
God, anyway.
You know how I grill steak?
No.
I learned this from, I think it was Porter's, actually, up in Collinsville. I may have talked about this on the show before. I get a nice, seasoning rub, like a Montreal. They've got a really good steak seasoning. Or I've got Emerald's BAM, steak hamburger seasoning in there. And I'll take that, and you rub your steak down in butter, and then put the seasoning on, and it helps it adhere to it. But also, when it hits the grill, that butter helps get a nice crust on the outside of your steak, so it traps in the juices.
You want the butter on the steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only way to grill a steak.
Oh, yeah. I almost went and had steak last night for dinner, and I ended up not.
I made T-bones last night.
That's probably for the best.
And then I kept this steak that I've got here. I don't think it's a skirt steak. I forget which cut it is, but it's a little cheaper cut. But basically got it so I could grill it up and then slice it up real thin and put it in the salad. I like to cook.
I'm very particular about my steak.
I need to make chili.
It is chilly weather.
It is chilly weather. Now, you had some really nice dumplings today at Top Shooters.
Oh, yeah. Top Shooters has their chicken dumplings on special on Mondays, and it's delightful. Mm-hmm. But it was maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they were down to the last 5 servings. So, I mean, they go quick.
Yeah. Well, the word gets out.
Well, exactly. I mean, I don't know if they last through lunch hour too often.
Yeah, I've never seen them there.
This is only the second week they've been doing them.
Okay, good, because I've never encountered.
I was going to have them last week before my charcuterie class, but they were long gone by then. This time they lasted a little while longer, but given what time it is and everything, I'd bet it's already gone.
Given the pulpit parishioners page, I'd say we triggered a lot of people with our chewing last week.
Seems like it.
Seems like it. I think we kind of thought that was coming. So.
Well, I mean, we definitely exacerbated the problem after the show was over.
Anybody that stuck around for the Easter egg.
Anyone that stuck around for the Easter egg knows that one. But, yeah, who knows? What are you going to do? Well,
is it time now?
I would say, before we get into Ask the Boys, thoughts on the ATL Magic here.
I actually like it.
Maybe, I don't know. What would you say? I'm in the first third, for sure.
You haven't ashed it all yet?
No, I have not ashed.
You're only an inch in.
Yeah, I'm taking it slow. So
I will say, I'm going to point this out. I do have a little bit of a runner on one side, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on that.
Why? Because you're taking it too fast.
No, I'm not.
You're slow.
Look. How much further along the night am I than you?
Aside from the run?
Yeah.
Not much.
Exactly.
But you're smoking it too fast. That's why you've got that run.
Tell me how to smoke a cigar.
Dude, I'm telling you. This is something I figured out. If you start getting a run, slow it down.
Slow it down.
Well,
yeah. When I run, I have to slow down sometimes.
You don't run.
I have ran in the past.
In the past? When have you ran in the past 6 months?
I have feelings.
What's the answer?
I've ran as much as you have.
And there we go.
Okay.
Now we know the answer to that. I mean, when have you rode a bike in the last 6 months? Because I can answer that question.
Actually, I have ridden my bike out, but not very far.
Okay.
Do you have a bike? You actually have a bike? We could go bike riding.
I have my exercise bike. I have an actual bike, though, too, but it's in my storage unit.
Well, let's get them out and we'll go biking this spring.
I gotta air up those tires.
There's a trail, so we could bike from the Ohio River to the Mississippi.
Mine's not a trail bike. Mine's like a cruiser bike, something you take to the boardwalk kind of thing. It's not a, like, all-terrain type of bike.
You're looking for it in the basement of the Alamo kind of deal?
What? There's no basement in the Alamo.
You don't even know what it's from, and you actually played into it.
I know there's no basement in the Alamo.
What movie is that from?
I don't know.
How do you not know?
Oh, that's Pee-wee. What the fuck? Where's my bike?
He's on the tour. Where's the basement? There's no basement in the Alamo.
I just want my bike. I do like that movie. Anyway.
Ask the boys time.
All right, fine, whatever.
Shall we play a game?
You talking to me? I have a question for you.
You gotta ask me nicely.
Ask me about my wiener.
You got a question? You ask the 8-ball.
Come on, sucker. Let's get it on.
We really need to figure out a point of this episode sometime during Ask the Boys, because right now this is just a pointless waste of everyone's time. Anyway.
Isn't that kind of what we do?
Yeah, but, every once in a while it's nice to give the people, like,
an effort.
an effort of some sort. Anyway, guys.
Good luck, guys.
Yeah, I know, right? This is, it's time for Ask the Boys, where we answer your listener questions. Just give us a call on the hotline at area code 863-874-0000. And you can ask us about anything, cigars, whatever. It's all fun. All fun and games.
Nick's an expert in charcuterie.
I don't want to say I'm an expert, but, I've done it once. So, anyway, why don't we go ahead and listen to the first question here.
Hey, boys, this is Kingston, Popo in Wyoming. I did have a question. The question would be, talking to a friend, he said that cutters don't go, they don't dull.
Yeah,
I'm wondering, like, if after a certain time you just need a new cutter, or if some cutters. Yeah, I'm just wondering if they go dull, and you have to replace them after a certain point, like when you cut them, when you cut the cigar, it just doesn't cut as nice, something like that. So that's my cigar question. And then just two other kind of unrelated things would be, one, I just finished listening to your last podcast, and Gator, you're a mushroom hunter, which my wife also is a mushroom hunter and a journalist. So there's quite a few things in common now. Maybe you guys should probably never, ever get together, but we'll leave that. The reasons why are, I think, obvious, but,
Yep.
It is interesting that you guys share so many things: journalism, mushrooms. Well, actually, only two things. Anyway, and then the other thing, kind of going back a couple episodes, you guys were talking about the pink sock, and I remember the conversation kind of, as you guys would put it, going off the rails slightly, but just a kind of a something related to socks. Working in law enforcement, I was working in a jail, and I found out that when inmates use their sock to masturbate into, the sock is called a fifi. So there's that knowledge for you, and you're welcome.
It's a fifi?
Hey, Smokey, see ya.
All right. Well,
did he say fifi?
I'm pretty sure he did. And,
okay.
That's a piece of information that I did not know.
We'll add that to the lexicon.
And, by the way, buddy, definitely keep your wife away from Gator.
What? Why do you say that?
There's a lot of reasons.
I would love to talk to her about journalism.
A lot of reasons to keep you away from his wife.
What? You say that?
You don't have any pants on, Jeff.
Don't, do I?
No. So, as for your question...
I'll wear pants if I ever actually meet them. And by the way, it sounds like you're in law enforcement, and just let me tell you, thank you for your service.
Very much so. And as for your question about cutters, yes, cutters go dull. And
I've had them go dull. You know what else I've had them do? I've had them get like jagged, where they start like ripping at the cigar instead of cutting it. So,
which, let's be real, if you're dealing with one of those $4 cheap plastic Craftsman bench cutters, yeah, like that.
Yep.
Just go get yourself another cutter.
Exactly.
If you're dealing with a high-end Cigar Calibri, something like that, if it's a really good cutter, it has a lifetime warranty or something. Like with my Calibri SV, I know that when it starts getting dull, I can send it off to Calibri and they will sharpen it for me and all that. I've never thought about attempting to sharpen it myself.
Well, that'd be hard to do.
They're very thin razors
Without
on it
taking
and
it
everything.
apart, yeah.
Exactly. And that's the other thing. You almost have to take it apart, and that's not something I'm particularly interested in trying to do on my own.
I could take it apart all day long. It's the getting it back together.
Yeah. So realistically, if you've got a higher end cutter, you should be able to send it back to the manufacturer for maintenance. But yeah, no, cutters totally get dull. So
Well, any knife blade's going to.
Exactly.
And that's all it is. They're two knife blades that intersect.
yeah,
Like a pair of scissors, essentially.
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it does not like. I'm sure what your friend is basically saying is that when they rub together, they sharpen each other and everything. That's not the case. No, they go dull, and you also do not want to use it for something other than cigars. So
and I've seen people do that.
Don't try and clip something else with
Yes.
it because that will quickly damage the blade as well. So looks like we have one more call from Kingston here.
Hey, not some long, convoluted, or intricate message. This is Kingston from Wyoming again.
Kingston.
You guys are talking about TV shows, and I promise I'll stop calling after this. But
Don't stop.
have you ever looked at the show Letterkenny? Letterkenny.
Oh, my God.
Canadian show. Anyway, check out the trailer for that on the YouTube, and I don't know. I think it might be up your alley. And if you don't like it, well, go fuck yourself, I guess. But love you guys. Talk to you soon, and stay smoky. Bye-bye.
Nick actually introduced me to Letterkenny.
Dude, I have been slowly making my way through it on Hulu. I think I'm in season 5, but I love Letterkenny. And,
If you hear us make the reference on the show, you're 10-ply.
Yep.
Yeah, it's because you're soft.
Soft.
Yeah.
Yep. Go give your balls a tug there, buddy. Yeah. I love it. Shorzy. It's Shorzy. I love Shorzy.
The only problem with Letterkenny is you can't have anything else going on around you.
Just turn on the goddamn subtitles.
You have to... because...
I've never had that problem. You have complained about it.
But I've got Addie and Kristen, and the dogs are barking, and, there's just sometimes a lot going on, and it's hard to concentrate because you have to really pay attention to that Canadian accent.
Yeah, I mean, there's worse. Like, if you watch this show, Dairy Girls, Derry, Dairy Girls.
Never heard of
on Netflix. It's funny, but these girls are up in, I think it's, Ireland or something like that, and it's in the 90s, and holy crap,
thick
dude.
accents.
I do have to turn on the subtitles for that.
Yeah.
It's very thick, and I don't need it all the time, but every once in a while there's a word that comes along and I'm like, wait, what? And I have to check it. But Letterkenny, I haven't had to do the subtitles. You have, but whatever.
Yeah.
But no, I love Letterkenny, man. It's a good show. So, no.
Yeah, it's chock full of ignorance, guys.
Good,
You'll like it.
Good recommendation on the show there.
Thank you, Kingston.
All right, next call here.
What's up, guys? It's Alan. Quick question. What would be your most hardest moment to endure that you've done on the podcast? What moment just cringed you from the inside out? I'll start. Mine was listening to Nick and Nick talk about that fucking bullshit Tony Soprano's movie for 20 minutes last week. Fuck, what a shit show.
Amen.
All right, guys, you have a good day.
I heard a new phrase the other day, and I plan on introducing it in the lexicon. He said shit show.
Okay.
But I think it needs to be taken one step further. It's a shit show at the fuck factory.
Well, that just goes up a notch.
I loved it, and I plan on introducing it
that
more
does
into my
describe your talk with Gervais about...
Okay, look, it was two nerds that went way too deep into the Sopranos movie. I fully admit that.
I nodded off for a period of time.
But let's be real. There are some listeners that do like the Sopranos, and I'm sure some of them got something out of that. Alan most obviously was not one. And
I think both of them had a good time listening to it.
You know what? Piss off. You're the one coming along with 10 minutes worth of like, don't let your dog chew gum afterwards.
It is a public service announcement because your dog can die from gum. Mm-hmm. And they don't tell you that on the side of the icebreakers package.
Why would they?
It's toxic to dogs.
But dude, like,
they should have to put that on there.
Why?
Because
they're not selling it to dogs.
You know what? I didn't know it was toxic to dogs till he ate it.
Nobody
and we looked it up.
gives dogs gum.
I didn't give him gum. He counter surfed it.
Well, that's your problem.
And ate an entire, like, giant plastic package full
Anyway, Alan, you want the answer to this of what is the one part of the podcast that just, you know, is the most difficult for me to get through? It's the podcast.
You got me there. That was good. Didn't see that coming. But yet he has to do 2 a week.
I mean,
he's a glutton for punishment.
What are you going to do? I see potential.
Mm-hmm. Allegedly.
No, I don't know. I'm trying to think of boy, there's one interview that I could say right now was just was painful to get through.
You're going to dog on a guest?
I'm not. I'm not going to say who it was. But there was one interview.
Was it Trey Mack?
No. I'm not answering any of these, okay? Stop it. I'm serious. Because, no. But there was one interview that...
Was it Oscar?
Stop it. No. Anyway. That was kind of painful to
Nick
get
Perdomo?
You should know what it is.
I don't know. I don't remember. Was it that friend of yours that does cartoons?
No.
He was good. Why are you dogging on him?
I like Graham Nolan. No. And actually, big congratulations to him. He's getting ready for his daughter to get married here soon.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. He's been busy putting together his next creator-owned project, Alien Alamo, and everything. But he's got his daughter's wedding coming up here in the next couple weeks.
Very cool.
Big congratulations to him.
No, I'm going to double down on this. And I've been throwing out names because all the people I threw out are people that we really had a good time interviewing.
Yeah.
But, you know me. I had a radio show.
I am not going to answer this, dude.
No, I'm not. No.
Okay.
I'm completely diverting away from you.
Okay, good.
And the interview that you want to shit on. What I'm talking about.
You had good information. It was just kind of like, oh my God. Anyway.
But I'm getting to that. So I've done a radio show. You know that. I've done a daily radio show. Mm-hmm. I don't do it anymore because I took on some other responsibilities and it cut the time for that. But
FCC told him he couldn't.
There was no ruling.
There were lawsuits.
There was no ruling as of yet. Litigation is still in process.
Anyway.
So no, but that's one of those things where you're doing an interview show 5 days a week, and you've got to have 5 people come on, and you've got to have them talk and be interesting. And like, there are a couple of guests that I look back on that I had on the radio show, and they'd give me yes and no answers.
Yeah,
and it's like, holy God, guys, we've got an hour to fill.
Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, there's a second one that I'm like,
is there? Okay, yeah. If you're getting interviewed,
there's 2 right off the top of my head that I'm just like, man, those were rough.
You got to work at them.
Yeah.
And, that's the only thing that I'll say to anybody in the listening audience. If you're getting interviewed, elaborate. Mm-hmm. Especially if you're on a show that's got time, elaborate.
Yeah. This is your moment. No. This is your moment. Talk.
Yeah. I've asked questions before, and I've heard the person say, I don't really know.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy God, well, we're going to go to commercial now.
Say.
Yeah. It's like, you're here to talk about this. You should know.
Kind of like you in the beginning of the show, and you're just like, I got nothing.
Well, the beauty of the podcast
Which circles back to my first answer. The hardest part about this podcast
is me.
The podcast.
Yeah. But here's the problem, okay? Or here's the beauty of a podcast versus the radio. Mm-hmm. The radio, you've got hard breaks. You've got... you have to do your ID at the top of the hour. You're going to have news come up, at 9 a.m. to 9:04, 9:05, whatever it runs. You're going to have a set of commercials. And then you've got fixed breaks, during the show. So you've got to work to those breaks and then take them so you don't mess your clocks up and get way off.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where... On the podcast, we're just loosey-goosey. If we talk for 35 minutes, we talk for 35 minutes. If we talk for 2 hours, we talk for 2 hours. Mm-hmm. There's nothing set in stone here, which makes it a lot easier to just kind of riff and talk and see where the conversation
But when
leads.
you're aiming to go for at minimum an hour, and
But why do we have to be an hour?
because you got to give people enough time to sit and smoke a cigar.
They're not paying for it.
No, my contention is that this show needs to be at least long enough for somebody to sit down and have a full cigar with us.
And I would say if they were paying for it, then yeah.
That's shitty, Jeff. That's really shitty.
I'm just saying.
This is the fundamental difference between the
when
two
we're
of us.
out of stuff to talk about, we're out of stuff to talk about. I mean, it just happens.
There's plenty of things to talk about. You just aren't looking hard enough. You don't put in the effort.
Are you saying I don't put in the man hours?
You don't put in the man hours. There's plenty of things to talk about. You just don't put in the effort. And I'm waiting for that ash to nuke your wrist.
You know what? Look at it. Look how pretty that is.
He hasn't ashed yet. It's crooked. It wants to fall off in the worst possible way. And at some point, it's going to party foul all over his wrist. And I just want to see it.
It's still hanging on.
Anyway.
I'm not going to ash now. We're going to wait and see how long it takes.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad for you.
There you go.
Okay.
Do we have another call?
Oh, yeah. There's a few more.
Good deal.
All right. Next call here.
Hey, it's me. No calls last week? First off, you're saying the number too damn fast. 863-874-0000. Say it slowly. 863-874-0000. That's 863-874-0000. Which Mr. Jonathan would say is exactly what this podcast is worth, 0000. See, that's how somebody's going to remember it. But I, on the other hand, think there's real potential here, especially with Nick. Gator, on the other hand, needs a little more attention, but let's improve it. Hold on a second. Have I reached a level already to say it's me? Who am I? It's me. You know who I am. You bring me up all the time, so you know exactly who I am. Ask the boys. No calls last week, so Gervais does all 3 calls. Don't you have any friends? Yes, you do. The Cigar Authority. They are your only friend. I'm going to ask the boys. So let's get to some hard-hitting questions, and I got 3 of them. You can use all of them as a call, and boom, you got all 3 for this week, or you can separate them, whatever you want to do. I got 3 questions. Here they go. Question number 1. If you are suddenly arrested for no reason and your face was flashing all over the news, what would your family and friends assume that you did? Now, you can pause right now and answer that question, or you can listen to the rest of this babble.
All right, we're going to pause.
Okay. First of all, we want to thank Barry for calling in. That's for taking a shot at me right there, Dave.
That's Dave Garofalo. That's the Cigar Authority right there, buddy. Out of nowhere, I'm sitting here just like, holy crap, I know that voice. Wow, that's
awesome.
That
dude.
is awesome.
Thank you for calling
and
in,
he's
man.
right. I do say the phone number too fast. Anyway, so Jeff, if you were arrested and your face is everywhere, what is everybody going to assume you did?
The problem is, I don't think they'd be able to lock in on one thing. I think there would be a myriad of answers.
Okay.
What about you?
See, well, I think we ought to answer for the other one.
Okay.
I think that would be more appropriate because, in terms of, for you, all right, if it were you and I saw your face plastered everywhere, it would depend on one of 2 things.
Okay.
Did you get a fatal diagnosis? If you got a fatal diagnosis, it's straight up just like mass shooting.
Oh, I've got an enemies list. Yeah.
Because
I got
you've said to me way too many times that if you get a bad diagnosis, other people are going down with you.
Oh, dude, I am going to thin out the community.
Now, if it's not a fatal diagnosis, I'm going to assume it's some sort of indecent exposure charge because you've been going someplace naked.
That's fair.
It's just my thought.
Likely. Both, let's be honest, aren't out of the realm of possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you, on the other hand, I would just assume it's some sort of sexual deviancy because I know you.
What? I actually would have thought that somebody would have probably gone for some sort of more of a white collar thing, like maybe I was embezzling something or doing something like that.
You don't have enough money to embezzle.
This is true.
I know your business.
Hence the reason I would...
I'm in the same business you are. There's no money left to embezzle.
Hence the reason I would be like attempting something like that.
We're journalists.
But
there's nothing in the coffers. Let's be honest.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So you're really going to settle in on some sort of sexual deviancy?
Oh, yeah. It's a matter of time.
Asshole. All right, let's go back to the call here.
Question number 2 right here. Question number 2. How many chickens would it take to be able to kill a gator?
Okay.
Okay, first of all, the chickens ain't taking me out. I'm taking out the chickens.
I don't know.
Oh, no. I've battled some really mean cocks in my life.
I don't want to hear about your days.
Down in Juarez?
No, on the back roads of Southern Illinois with your boyfriends. But
did I ever tell you about the time that the big white rooster we had attacked Daddy?
Oh my God, I've heard this story before. I don't know if you've said it on the podcast or not.
So
but
I'm in the pen, and we used to have at the farm. We used to have a lot of chickens, and when I say a lot of chickens, I mean like 35, 40 chickens. Okay. We used to raise quail and pheasant too. That's a whole different thing. So I'm in the pen and I'm feeding the chickens, and we have this white rooster that's out because he was fighting with the rooster that was in the coop. So we let him out, and he's kind of free ranging, but that way the two roosters don't kill each other, which is what was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were fighting over the ladies. You know how boys are. We fight over the ladies.
We do.
And so Addie has found the white rooster and is intrigued by the white rooster. And at the time, she's maybe 4 or 5 years old.
Let me also stop.
Okay.
As your child has the unnatural superpower to find anybody's buttons and just jam on them to piss them off.
That's true.
Now, what she doesn't understand is that's not a good thing to do to an animal, because unlike a human being that can have the mental forethought to restrain itself and not attack her, an animal is not going to do that.
Oh, no, it went all feral on her.
Mm-hmm.
So she has it pinned in. We have a walkway in between our 2 flight cages that we have for the pheasants and quail, and we have the chickens in now. She gets this rooster kind of pinned in there, and I said, Addie, you need to back away from that rooster. And she, she's like me. She's just like,
yeah,
fuck that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And she takes a step towards it, and I watch that rooster turn sideways, and I'm like, Addie, get away from that rooster. She just looks at me and grins from ear to ear, and takes another step towards it, and it drops its wing. Now, any farm kid knows what's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't. And I said, Addie, get away from that rooster. It's going to, and at that moment, before I could get out and flog you, she takes another step towards it, smiling at me from ear to ear, and that son of a bitch jumps up and kicks her in the chest with both feet.
Nice.
And knocks her backwards. And her face just like, holy shit.
Yeah, well.
And takes off running. Well, what's the worst thing you can do from a wild animal?
Run away.
Exactly. That rooster chased her down, jumped on her back, and was flogging her and knocks her down to the ground. And I come running out of the pen. This rooster's got on the ground. He would have killed her. Honestly. Yeah. She was small enough he would have really hurt her.
You really think this would have been like one of these moments in her life that would have impressed upon her? Maybe I should listen to my father.
That's not how this worked out.
No.
About the time I got to it, I drop kicked this thing like I was punting the football, downfield. And that bird takes flight up in the air, and it probably lifts about 8 to 10 feet off the ground, and feathers just go everywhere, like a pillow fight, like in a movie.
Yeah,
where somebody busts the pillow and feathers just go everywhere.
Nice.
This chicken exploded.
Nice.
And then is walking around looking at me like, what the hell? And I'm thinking, you were trying to kill my kid.
In all fairness, she started it.
She did start it, but I had to finish it.
I get it. What happened to that rooster?
We named him Dumpling.
Speaking of chicken and dumplings.
And it wasn't that long later that he became Dumpling. Yeah, he... That's the best thing to do with an tough old rooster. Just parboil him up and make dumplings.
See, okay. One chicken's obviously not going to be enough to answer Dave's question. I'm thinking 50 plus.
The thing about the chickens
50 plus chickens.
They got to be able to get me down.
They got to swarm you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying 50 plus chickens.
But they have to be, they've got to be organized.
Oh, yeah.
They've got to have some sort of plan.
No, they just need to swarm you. It's a zombie effect. It's a swarm.
No.
They just need to take you down.
No, 50 chickens could not take me out.
50 chickens.
No, I don't think so.
Well, let's go find 50 chickens. We're in Southern Illinois. We can find 50 chickens.
50 chickens on the street.
That's
if we
what I'm
could
saying.
Look hard enough.
We could find 50 chickens. I bet you.
I'm saying
50 chickens.
They have to have
Gator.
an organized plan. Maybe some sort of flanking maneuver.
50 chickens takes down Gator.
They prepare a phalanx. Is that a phalanx?
I know what word you're trying to say, but I don't know. I don't know if I've ever heard it said, so I don't know if I know how to
You see them march forward, and then they all put their their shields up together as one unit.
Like Roman type style.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's what it's going to take, is something along those lines.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think you're soft and doughy and not moving very fast, I'm contending 50 chickens.
The meanest rooster we ever had.
Possibly less, depending. If they're chickens, one thing. If they're roosters, that's probably less.
Yeah, the roosters are the ones that'll do damage. Chickens will normally leave you alone. They're pretty docile. But they're essentially just little dinosaurs.
Okay. Well, yes.
That's all they are.
Now we're getting into all that. But we still have more from Mr. Garofalo.
What I was going to say is the meanest rooster we ever had. My dad and I netted him, and he was mad. And he'd been flogging my dad. He'd been flogging the neighbors when they'd walk down. I mean, he was just a mean rooster.
Mm-hmm.
And Dad and I got him down, and Dad got out it was an electric saw. And
my God.
We took his barbs off. Now, I don't know if you're aware of this. Roosters have barbs that'll stick out the back of their leg.
Yes.
And some of those things will get like an inch, 2 inches long.
Yes.
I mean, they're huge and they're sharp.
Yes.
And they'll cut you. Yeah.
Pretty sure is a goose. Is it a goose or a swan? They have like a barb on their wing, so when they're flapping and they hit you with the wings, they can cut you.
I've never had a goose cut me. I've shot a lot of geese. I mean, I grew up goose hunting, but I've never had a goose barb me, so I can't say that it was a goose.
One or the other. Because I remember
if they have one, I've never experienced it.
Because I remember I had a period of time about 15 years ago, I guess now at this point, that I was going up to the park and feeding the ducks and the whatnot and everything. But it was one of those birds, either a goose or a swan. And it was pissed off, and I looked into it, and it's like, yeah, that thing could really mess me up.
Well, the swans, like the Trumpeter Swans, which I saw a flock of this week, flying over Centralia, Illinois, of all things, on Saturday. They're gorgeous, big, beautiful birds. They're endangered. I mean, you can't hunt them or anything. But they stand maybe like 3-4 foot tall, and they have like an 8-foot wingspan.
No, they can mess you up.
Yeah, they're ginormous.
Okay.
But I don't know if they have any, I don't know if they're carrying around their own little shank.
25 roosters, 50 chickens. That's my minimum level. More roosters than 25 could definitely do it. More chickens than 50 could definitely do it.
Now, I will tell you, though, hogs, that's a different story.
Well, yeah.
Those sons of bitches will kill you and eat you.
And there's nothing they're finding of you at that point.
It'd take the chickens a while to strip the bones, but the hogs will just eat you.
We're not talking about disappearing you. We're just talking about taking you down.
Well, I'm just saying,
You took that a little darker.
I mean, I've watched the Silence of the Lambs series. I know what happens.
Okay, all right. Well, here's more from Mr. Garofalo.
And the last one, the toughest one of all, question number 3. Brushing your teeth or wiping your butt. You have to give up one. Which one would it be and why? Hey, that's it. It's me, and I'm just trying to help.
Thank you, Dave. We really do appreciate.
I can't say how much I appreciated this call.
I agree.
That is so nice of him.
You and I need to do a speak pipe, or steam pipe, or whatever the fuck it is he calls that thing.
A steam pipe? What?
He's got that little voicemail line for the authority.
Okay.
I think it's the speak pipe.
We'll have to reciprocate.
We will. We'll have to put our thinking cap on. Anyway, as for the brushing the teeth or wiping your ass, Jeff has already pretty much given up wiping his ass. So, I mean,
that's why a bidet.
And
think about how much.
Given how much we have talked about bideting on this show, I would have to say, more than likely, I would also give up wiping my ass because if I have the option of bideting, I mean, there's that. I don't have another option for brushing my teeth.
No. And you definitely don't want to wipe your teeth and brush your ass.
No. Well, no. I mean, that's not the question, but like given the amount of cigars that we smoke and everything else, it's like, yeah, you got to be able to brush your teeth.
Did you ever see the Seinfeld episode? And I know you haven't because you don't watch it. Have you ever seen the Seinfeld episode where Kramer put the cigar lounge in his apartment?
I have not.
It's the funniest thing. So at one point he comes over to Jerry's And he's formed the cigar lounge, and all these guys are in there smoking. And he opens the door, and smoke just billows out of his apartment. And he comes over to Jerry's, and Jerry's looking at him. He's like, "What's wrong with you?" And his face is all like drawn, like they've make-upped him up really to look really bad. And his teeth are all brown. And Jerry's like, "You've done like a lifetime worth of smoking in a week." And finally, Kramer looks at him and goes, "Oh, look away, I'm hideous." Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Now, did you ever see the crossover between Seinfeld and Mad About You?
What?
Yes. So Paul Reiser obviously was on Mad About You.
Yeah, with Helen Hunt.
With Helen Hunt.
Yeah.
And Kramer knocks on the door. And come to find out, Paul Reiser, he owns the building that Kramer lives in.
What?
They're friends. And basically, like, Paul Reiser lets him live there, like, rent-free or something like that. And that's how Kramer never has to worry about rent.
Okay, I did not know this was a thing. That's
Boom.
awesome.
I just blew your mind.
You did.
There you go.
You did.
Crossover. Just look it up.
Really?
If you Google that, you'll find it.
Okay.
There's a Mad About You Seinfeld crossover.
Well, if you Google the scene I'm talking about with Kramer and the cigars, there's a blooper reel of that where they're trying to get through Look Away, I'm Hideous, and Jerry just loses his shit.
Nice.
While Kramer was actually very, very professional on the show and did not like it when they would break up, like break and, cut up. And, like, he's, like, annoyed. Like, okay, let's get through this. And, like, everybody else, and
they just can't.
Oh, everybody's losing it. Nice. The cast and crew, everybody.
Well, there we go. Well, Dave, seriously, man, that
meant a lot, buddy.
An unexpected treat. Really appreciate the call. Okay. And I'll have to take note that I need to slow down the phone number there. So, anyway, moving on. Next question here.
Hey, Nick, this is listener Joe. Just started listening to you guys lately, and I thought Nick, you were Chumley, but when I went to look at you, you're not bad looking like Chumley. So kudos on that. But I want to get your thoughts on the Leaf by Oscar, Connecticut. I recently smoked that. I wasn't a huge fan. I liked the way it was packaged, but I don't know. I guess it wasn't my cup of tea. Just would love to hear your thoughts on it. Stay smoky, boys.
Apparently, he was making a turn because you could hear the blinker the whole time.
I couldn't hear
through
the
call.
blinker, but Chumley.
I get it. Actually,
what?
You have a Chumley-like appearance.
I do. He said I actually don't look like Chumley.
No, I actually
apparently
see it now.
It must be the voice.
I've never thought about it before.
I don't look like Chumley.
A little bit.
Not really.
A little bit.
Anyway, all right. Well,
I like Chumley.
As for the Leaf by Oscar, Connecticut,
it's a good stick.
It's a good Connecticut.
Yeah.
But, Joe, if Connecticut is not, like, your wheelhouse, then, yeah, it's probably not going to do as much for you.
But they've also got it in Corojo and also in...
I was going to say, it's in Maduro, it's in Corojo, it's in Sumatra.
Mm-hmm. The Sumatra's good.
The Sumatra is good. I don't know if it's just those four...
Those are only four I can think of.
Habano would be the only other one that I
don't remember a Habano.
But I don't know if there is a Habano. But no, dude, try the other ones. I mean, don't give up just with the Connecticut. I mean, if Connecticut's not your wheelhouse, then yeah, it's probably not going to, blow your skirt up. But I actually really like it as a super basic, creamy Connecticut cigar. I think the Leaf by Oscar
it will get a little bitter in the back third, in the final third. But I will say one thing, and I've talked to shop owners about this, and I'm sure Joe got this, but some people don't know to take the outer leaf off.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Yeah, but I've had shop owners tell me that people are trying to smoke it.
He mentioned the packaging, so I'm assuming that by mentioning the packaging, he knows that was supposed to come off.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I've talked to shop owners that tell me they've seen people try to light it up with that on.
Yeah, you don't want to light it up with that on.
No, that's a shirt burner.
Oh, intensely.
All day.
But he's right. The packaging on that does attract people to it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's cool.
It's a different type of packaging. It's really unique. And, I mean, going back one call to Dave, Mr. Jonathan, when he saw it at the trade show, he was like, we need that. That's like the gimmick that they need it. And it was a home run for them. So, I mean, look, it's a good cigar.
The other fun thing about it.
Yeah.
Did you know that the band
I did know this, but
is actually made out of tobacco paper.
Yeah, but you don't want to smoke that either.
No, you do not.
It smells horribly when you light it up.
But it is tobacco that's been made, basically like a paper. What would you call it? Paper mache, kind of. I don't even know what you'd. It's
like
a tobacco pulp that they've made into paper. Yeah,
so
really cool.
Indeed. Before we go any further here, we have another call here from listener Joe. What are you getting on the ATL Magic?
It's good. It's starting to spice up.
I want to say I'm probably getting close to the end of the second, third.
And I was ahead of you earlier, and I'm behind now. You've moved ahead of me somehow.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Weird.
Whatever. But you've slowed down even more.
Mm-hmm.
So,
let's do a retro real quick.
Okay, we can do a retro. Go for it. You go, and I'll cash out.
Ooh, that peppered up significantly.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Significantly.
Oh, my.
Yeah. That's the whole thing.
I've got a void.
Oh, do you? Little one?
Yeah, I got a little one. I mean, it's just something that's been happening with cigars lately. It's not impacting the draw too much, but I do have a slight little void that just developed.
I've noticed it more in the last 6 months than I've noticed it ever before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what the reason is.
Wait, more in the last 6 months? I started noticing it about a year ago. It was about this time last year.
Yeah, maybe it's been longer. But
it was about this time last year, and there was one cigar in particular that I will not name.
I remember. You're right. It has been longer.
And it was about this time last year, I smoked at least a half dozen of those cigars because I kept thinking, it's not, it was just the one, then it was just the two, then it was just the two. By the time it was just the six, that's when I'm like, all right, I'm done with that. And I haven't smoked another one since.
A certain leaf that's in the filler is just burning quicker or what? I don't know what causes
I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like that. It seems like, because it's like a perfectly little voided out pocket.
Just like a little
It just seems
tunnel.
like just one little area that, the roller just happened to miss. And I don't know. It's unfortunate, but
I have not experienced that on mine.
I've experienced it on a lot of different cigars, not just this one.
Yeah.
It's
been common lately.
It has been common. And I mean,
I power through.
It's a COVID thing. It's got to be a COVID thing somehow. I just don't know what it is. I don't know if they're just speeding up production or what the deal is, but I would say that it has to be a COVID thing. So, all right, moving on to our next question here from listener Joe.
Chumley, Gator, caller Joe again.
God damn it.
Listening to your Friday podcast here. Please refrain from any charcuterie boards in the future. I don't know why, but it's freaking me out. It's making me uncomfortable hearing your lips smack together on the old charcuterie board. I made my girlfriend a charcuterie board like from scratch, of wood and everything, for her birthday. But I'm no stranger to the board. Just a little bit strange on the ears, boys. They say.
It entertained us so much.
Greatly entertained.
It really did.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, we got one more call here. And I
Chumley and Gator
and
in the morning.
You know what? I promise nothing on the charcuterie board thing because...
No, we're going to do at least one more with Pinky.
We have to do at least one more with Pinky.
We promised.
I was going to say, that has to happen.
We've Pinky promised.
Well, and let's be real. We have to do it in a proper manner where we're actually, like, trying the different things with the cigar and,
And not just a free-for-all.
And not just a free-for-all. I mean...
We turned your board into a buffet the other day.
Well, you know what happened. You and I were both hungry, and we just used it as a good excuse. So.
We nearly ate the little leaf board it was made out of, too.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But we didn't leave much. So
no, we really didn't.
Yep. So all right, last question here.
As I recall, there were 2 pieces of cheddar,
1 piece of salami,
I think that
and
was
a
it.
strawberry.
Oh, that's right.
And I ate all of that after you left.
I let you have the kiwi. Kiwi was all yours. You'd marked it.
I didn't. Anyway.
Hey guys, it's Rob. Just wanted
Rob.
to give you my question for this week's Ask the Boys. Following up on the Shatner nerd episode, we're going to call it.
It was definitely.
What is your favorite sci-fi, nerdy, comedy, space show of all of them? any kind of time frame, anything like that. What is your favorite? Look forward to hearing the answer. Have a good one.
Ooh, pick me.
You can go ahead.
Red Dwarf.
You are nerding out now.
God, I love the Red Dwarf so much. If you guys haven't seen it, just seek it out. It used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it still is.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I used to race home every Sunday night from church. I'd be like begging mom and dad. They're wanting to talk and, have their social time after church with the friends and family there. And I'm like, guys, we gotta get home. Red Dwarf's coming on. Because they played Red Dwarf every Sunday night on Channel 8 in Carbondale.
Yeah.
And we would, Channel 8 or Channel 9, it was one of the PBS stations.
PBS thing.
And I would race home, and I was just addicted to watching Red Dwarf.
Okay.
And it's so funny. Rimmer and Lister, and, you've got, Cat. I mean, it's just the greatest show.
Okay.
Crichton. Did you ever watch it?
I've seen some of it.
Okay. You at least know what I'm talking about.
I'm not the giant fan that you are.
The computer was Holly.
Yeah, I'm not the giant
I think it was
fan
Holly.
you are.
I might be wrong on the computer name now that I say that.
I don't know. I'm like sitting here, I'm like struggling because there's a certain like quaint quality to old school Star Trek.
Yeah, but you can't really say it was necessarily a comedy.
Well, I don't think he's necessarily asking.
I think that was the exact question.
Well, he said sci-fi comedy.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I mean, I haven't seen the Orville. I hear good things. But
I hear great things about the Orville.
But I haven't seen the Orville.
It's like the Star Trek that wasn't. It's the best Star Trek out there that isn't Star Trek.
Boy, I'll tell you what right now, current in production, the best Star Trek is Lower Decks.
You love that
Dude,
cartoon.
You haven't given it nearly the attention that it needs to be given.
I just could.
It
I
is
don't get into
so
cartoons a lot.
Good.
I mean, if it's not Family Guy or The Simpsons,
I'm telling you, you haven't given it nearly
enough
credit.
I've watched the episodes you've told me to, and I haven't got hooked.
Not nearly enough credit. It's way better than any other Star Trek currently being produced.
You think?
Yeah.
Better than Picard?
Yep.
Picard was good.
Picard was good. Lower Decks better.
I mean, it had Jerry Ryan in it. How could it be bad?
Lower Decks better.
Jerry Ryan was the only redeeming quality of Voyager. I'll tell you that right now. What are you going to say, Chakotay?
No, I didn't watch Voyager. But, I'm sitting here, I'm just like, there's a certain quaintness to the old school Trek. Next Generation, I have a lot of love for Next Generation, but I will be the first one to say there's a lot of really stinker episodes in and amongst Next Generation.
And I hate to say this.
There's some really bad ones.
But I didn't realize quite how bad Next Gen actually was until I listened to that The Greatest Generation.
Yeah.
And they point out all the goofiness and heinous parts of the show, and I'm like, oh my God, they're right. Because
there's
Pluto right now has a Star Trek channel, and it just plays Next Gen over and over and over. And I'm like, oh my God, they were trying to be so cerebral about it.
Yeah.
And unless you get into the Borg episodes, or
some of the episodes are really good, but man, there's some of them that are just like
the ones where they're battling and stuff. I really enjoy, but most of them are real brainiac kind of things that, looking back on, don't really stand the test of time.
As much as I hate to say it, Next Gen got good after Gene Roddenberry died.
Whoa!
You know why? Because he wasn't looking over it anymore, and then suddenly you had more action, you had more stuff going on.
Was he the one that took it cerebral?
He wanted to make it more of a cerebral thing.
I've actually watched
a
documentary about this.
That's why early seasons...
Now that you say that.
That's why early seasons are more basic, and it was near the back half of the show's
where
run
it took off.
That it started taking off more.
Yeah.
Seasons 4 through 7 are infinitely better than seasons 1 through 3.
Well, the whole thing, like the pilot episode, Encounter at Farpoint, it's just like, oh God, I've had enough of Q. And they kept bringing him back. They're going to bring him back for Picard.
Q's not bad.
Oh, Q's annoying.
I like Q. Q's not bad.
I mean, I like the actor. I just didn't like the character.
Deep Space Nine. Look, I really like Deep Space Nine. But
best episode of Deep Space Nine was...
Well, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say the one where they go back in time with the Tribbles.
It's phenomenal.
But what I'll say is Deep Space Nine didn't get good until... There are two ways you can tell a good Deep Space Nine episode. Do they have the Defiant? And has Cisco shaved his head.
Because that's when he got badass?
It's when Cisco got the goatee and shaved his head.
Yep.
And when they got the Defiant, that's when you can mark the series and say, if those two things are there, past that, it's good. Because now you're getting into the Dominion War. And, dude, as a, like, junior high kid watching the Dominion War, I mean, I was geeking out. Because it's like, it's everything you ever wanted from Star Trek. It's all these ships showing up. You got space battles going on. You got treaties going on with the Klingons and the Romulans to help fight this war and everything. I mean, it was badassery, like, on full display right there.
You know what I hated on Deep Space Nine?
What?
That like, priestess woman or whatever from Bajoran. The Bajoran lady. God, I don't even know her name, but it was like, oh my God, make her go away.
I didn't like Kira.
You didn't like Kira?
Nah, she always bugged me. There's always one person in the cast that kind of bug you. Troy bugged the hell out of me on Next Gen.
Yeah, I get that.
Kira bugged the hell out of me on Deep Space Nine. There's a lot of characters that bug the hell out of me on Voyager. But by and large...
That was the whole cast except for Jerry Ryan on Voyager.
I like the Doctor.
Okay, Picardo? Yeah.
But, no,
he makes an appearance in one of the movies, too.
He does.
Yeah.
First Contact.
Yep. That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Look at you.
The Borg, they brought him up. And he's like, oh my. You know, and everything. But I'm going to go out of left field. We're talking Star Trek. You know what I think my favorite sci-fi show is?
What?
Old school Twilight Zone.
Like the old black and white?
Yeah,
the pig
Serling.
face?
Rod Serling.
That episode with the pig faces. Oh, my God.
Rod Serling, just old school Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
That right there. Because, dude, they did so much cool shit on that show. I mean, you had the one with Burgess Meredith where he was the, like, little man that just wanted more time to read. And as soon as he gets the time because of the nuclear blast and everything, suddenly he breaks his glasses. And he can't read, you know.
Well, that's depressing as fuck.
I mean, I'm telling you, man, I loved that show.
It really was good.
I'm wanting to say it's every New Year's. Sci-Fi Channel does a marathon.
Oh, do they really?
Oh, dude. I love Twilight Zone. Old school. And I really had high hopes for the new Twilight Zone.
Didn't cut it.
There's been 2 seasons of it so far on Paramount Plus.
Yeah. It got a little preachy, political.
The first season was so politically preachy. There were maybe like 2 episodes out of that season that I liked. The second season was better about the political preachiness, but it still was not... I don't know. It's just not as good.
Yeah.
It's just, man, give me the old school Twilight Zone, and
okay.
I'm there.
So if you're going to mention Twilight Zone, I've got to bring up Tales from the Crypt.
I like Tales from the Crypt.
I loved Tales from the Crypt.
I like Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah. It's still fun to go back and watch those over when you can find them.
Yeah, that's a show that I'm kind of surprised hasn't been redone. Like, I'm kind of surprised that, like, HBO or somebody hasn't gone back to that well and tried to do that again.
Yeah.
Because that was really popular for quite some time.
Now, a new sci-fi that I really like, and I've talked about it on here a lot, is Resident Alien. And Season 2 is coming out.
I sent you the trailer thing for the Season 2.
Yeah. Dude, you haven't watched it yet,
No, I haven't watched it yet.
You got to watch it.
It's on my list.
No, move it to the top of the list.
It's on my list.
It's so good.
I started a show 2 nights ago, and I'm not going to lie, I don't know if I'm going to keep on it.
What is it?
It's called Succession on HBO.
Never heard of it.
And it was being billed as like, if you like The Sopranos and all the like inner family drama and blah, blah, blah and all that, you know, but it's got, he's been a bunch of stuff, but he was Stryker in X-Men 2. He plays the dad who's also the CEO and owner of this like media company. And they own like all these.
Well, that would be up our alley.
And, he's, like, old, and so his kids are kind of jockeying for position of who's going to, like, get the company kind of thing and everything. It's just not as compelling. Like, you go back and you watch that first episode of The Sopranos, and, like, there's enough there that, like, you get a feel for the universe, the feel for the show, and you get a feel for, like, okay, this is the different ways it could go and all that. This one, it just was... It's the same thing. I mean, it set it up. I mean, I know who some of the players are. I know kind of their, I could give you little basics of like, oh, this guy is this guy and blah, blah, blah and all that. But I just don't care enough.
Yeah, you haven't got invested.
No, and some people are the type, oh, you got to watch a couple episodes to get into it. If I've got to watch a couple episodes to get into it, then I don't feel like it's done a good job. That first episode should be something that hooks me in and makes me want to watch another episode of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't really want to watch another episode of Succession. So,
okay.
You know, I mean, I might give it another episode or two just to see, but see
if it gets its barbs into you.
Odds are good I'm probably not.
Yeah. I'm telling you, dude, Resident Alien is probably one of the best shows that's come out in the last 5 years.
Okay.
By far.
All right, then.
Well, there you go. So is that the end of Ask the Boys?
That would be the end of Ask the Boys. And, guys, you can get your calls into us
Slow it down.
by calling the hotline at area code 863-874-0000.
That was obnoxious.
That was kind of on purpose. Anyway, get your questions into us, and we'll talk about it. I mean, whatever. We like questions.
A big shout out to our brother of the leaf there, Dave Garofalo, for calling in from the Cigar Authority.
Thank you, Dave. All right, so I am down to the final third of my ATL Magic.
I'm just a little behind you there.
What are you getting on it?
It's ramped up in the final third. I'm getting a little more pepper. A lot of pepper on the retro hail, the last one we did. You want to do one more here?
Not right this instant.
Okay, wait till the end.
Oh, God.
You're scared of the retro hail on this, aren't you?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Because that second one was definitely mighty powerful.
Am I getting what?
I'm going to ask, and I don't mean this in any kind of derogatory way. You getting any kind of bitterness?
No.
Must be me, then.
Yeah, I'm not getting any bitter off of the cigar at all.
I'm getting some sort of a little bitterness.
I do get that on Connecticut's from time to time in the final third.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting it on this one.
Oh, just maybe a little something just tickling the back of the throat there that I'm not quite entirely sure what to
make of it.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the cigar is good. My burn line's been great.
I had that little run in the beginning, but that's self-corrected, like you said. You told me to slow
it down,
and it worked.
Uh-huh. Look at me. You know, you're all like, oh, I know how to smoke a cigar. You know, whatever.
Hey, I've been doing it a lot longer than you, but that doesn't mean I know anything.
I mean, you know, I fixed it for you, so whatever. No, it's been a good cigar. It's kicked off a ton of smoke. I mean, the draw on it's been really good. I had that one little void that developed up, but that I smoked past that
through it,
really, really quickly. So it was a very small pocket. And, no, I mean, it smoked really well. I'm just, like I said, here I am kind of about halfway through the final third, and it's just this little hint of bitterness that's kind of come into the taste profile. But
yeah,
all in all,
I'm not getting that.
I mean, and you know what? I might smoke another one of these later, and it might be totally gone. So you never know.
True.
So anyway.
So coming up on Friday, we'll have another selection from My Monthly Cigars.
Yes, and for those of you who have signed up for the Cigar Pulpit coffee experience, there was an email that went out earlier today that...
A little delay with the roaster?
There is a little delay with the roaster. Nick said in the email that it's a good thing because he doesn't want his roaster to rush this. He's going to keep everyone posted as to when it's ready to go and when coffees are going to be shipping out, but it shouldn't be too long. And then we'll get the tastings going on the show, and we'll have the new coffee picked out in no time.
And that's coming from Fucking Good Coffee?
Fucking Good Coffee.
Okay.
You know, Fucking Good Coffee.
Yeah.
And he said there is still time to sign up. So if you haven't signed up yet and you want to sign up, you
want to be one of our muggers.
Still does have spots available. So you're going to want to head on over to, I guess it's fuckinggoodcoffee.com that he's got that on. But maybe try checking out mymonthlycigars.com as well. It might be on
What is
both.
My Monthly Cigars, Nick?
Well, why don't we go ahead and find out what My Monthly Cigars is, Jeff? This would normally be the time that I give some information about My Monthly Cigars, but I've hired that out this week, so take it away.
My Monthly Cigars is a premium cigar subscription service. It comes in a variety of different size boxes at affordable prices. Use offer code PULPIT and get free shipping on your first box and 20% off any items in the online store at mymonthlycigars.com.
That's offer code PULPIT. Thanks.
Well, and Nick, as I get ready to tell my joke,
Okay.
as we finish up here, why don't you go ahead and tell folks how they reach out to us on the socials?
You and I are on Instagram at The Cigar Pulpit, as well as at Naked Gator, N-E-K-K-I-D Gator.
Of course, that's my page.
Is it, though? Have you gotten it back yet?
I haven't done anything with it
Yeah,
in
you
a
probably
while.
need to get that back from the Russian hacker who
The
took it over.
spam
from
bots,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. And we're also on Facebook, where we have the Cigar Pulpit Parishioners page, or group, I should say, not page, it's a group. And you guys can get in on that. Just find the group. If you're not a part of it, find the group. Request to be added. I get on that pretty quickly. And then you're in on the fun. And then we're also on Twitter, YouTube. And guys, we need your questions for Ask the Boys. See, today was a good day. Had plenty of good questions. It was fun. And we need those by calling area code 863-874-0000.
Absolutely. Give us your calls.
Give us your calls.
Sparked conversation.
It did. It was
did.
good. It was good.
Well, it sparked Star Trek conversation.
It sparked a lot of conversation.
It did.
Talked about how many chickens it would take to take you down.
There's not enough chickens.
I'm telling you, 25 roosters, 50 chickens. It's a swarming thing.
Oh, my God. Okay, so you ready for the joke?
Okay, this is your dad joke of the week or whatever.
You ready? Dad
Yeah.
joke of the week.
So, okay.
Gator's dad joke of the week.
I need to make a thing for that someday here.
If April showers bring Mayflowers, what do Mayflowers bring?
I don't know.
Pilgrims.
That's just stupid. That's just stupid. You were doing so well there for a little while, and then one person said to you, it has to be a dad joke because it's the dad joke of the week, and now all of a sudden you're doing stupid jokes.
Do you want a second one?
You were doing such good jokes, and then you just whiffed it.
I'm going to bring a second one. You ready?
Yeah, sure.
I thought the dryer was shrinking my clothes. Turns out it was the refrigerator all along.
Boy, that's more true for you than a joke, quite
I
frankly.
have 2 T-shirts that fit anymore. I've gotten so fat. It really sucks.
Oh, my God. No.
What do you call a factory that makes okay products?
I don't know.
Yeah, Satisfactory.
Oh, my God. You know what? Here. If I gotta freaking come to the rescue here.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. I think I saved a few.
By the way, those come to us, again, from countryliving.com.
Dear God, quit getting your jokes from Country Living. That's your problem. You're going to goddamn Country Living for your jokes here.
Hey, have you heard about the new chocolate record player?
No.
It sounds pretty sweet.
I thought I had saved some. Where the hell are they? It sounds pretty sweet. God, you're dumb.
What'd the ocean say to the beach? Nothing, it just waves.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. No.
Why do seagulls fly over the ocean?
I don't know.
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be called bagels.
What? I just... Oh, God. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's so dumb.
I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. You like that one. You like that one. I saw it.
Oh, my God. How do you make a pool table laugh?
I don't know.
Tickle its balls.
And Nick took it wretched.
Oh. Did you hear about the constipated accountant?
No.
He couldn't budget, so he had to work it out with a pencil and paper.
Oh. Ooh.
Hey, here's one that actually goes back to one of our calls from earlier. Why did the sperm cross the road?
Okay, why did the sperm cross the road?
Because you put on the wrong sock this morning.
Ooh, that does tie in. I like that.
Oh.
How does the moon cut its hair?
How?
It eclipses it.
See, Mine are better. Oh, my God. How is life like toilet paper?
I don't know.
Because you're either on a roll or taking shit from someone.
What does one wall say to the other?
I don't know.
I'll meet you at the corner.
Oh, my God.
Well, it's been another show.
Oh, my God. I can't even say this one. This one's too wretched. I can't even say this one.
Well, you have to now.
Well,
Tell you what, let's save it for the Easter egg.
I would say that. Oh.
Yeah, we'll save that one for the Easter egg.
There's a couple of, oh my God, these are bad.
Stay tuned, guys.
All right. Well, this was another show where you and I really didn't have a point, and hopefully some guests get back to me here soon so we can, start to do that. Or, maybe you ought to do a little reading of what's going on in the world so that we can actually have something to talk about.
Oh, dude, you don't want to go off. The thing is...
Don't talk politics. There's other shit going on in the world.
But everything's political. Everything has become political.
Shatner going up into space was not political.
And people turned it political, saying they should...
I'm a rocket man.
God. Any chance to use that clip? People turned it political. Oh, well, they should have used that money to save the world.
That's just dumb.
I know.
Just whatever. Anyway.
The guy made his money.
But the point is, you and I didn't have to do that. We could have talked about it, and we did talk about it without.
We did.
So just, it's fine. It's
but
fine.
I'm saying, everything turns political now.
I know.
It's just the world we live in. And it's all because of social media.
But we don't need to.
All because of social media.
But we don't need to. So just do a little bit of reading. Come on. Come on. A little light reading. Just help me out here.
I'll do some show prep.
There you go. Just a little bit. Just so, we got something to talk about. Anyway.
Well, stay tuned after the show. Nick's going to tell his wretched joke.
All right. Well, guy, final thoughts on the ATL Magic here. I am down to the absolute end of this
It is
thing.
ramped up. I've enjoyed the cigar. It's a darker cigar than I would normally pick out. But you do a retro?
Well, I just popped about 6 new hairs on my chest with that retro there. Oh,
okay,
my
let
God,
me do one
dude.
before we close.
I was just say, close it out with that because, and mine was my nub was almost out too. So all right, well now we get Gator coughing up a lung.
Oh my God!
Yeah, right. That pepper increased. Exponentially on the retro hail at the end.
If I hadn't gone through puberty yet, I would have just done it.
Right?
Yeah, that was intense.
Good cigar. I liked it. Like I said, had the little void, no big deal. Had the little bitterness, no big deal. All in all,
I didn't run into the void or the bitterness on mine. So
well, good.
It may have just been the way you jankily lit it.
I didn't jankily lit it. I perfectly lit it. It was good. That was a good light.
Okay.
It was. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm not putting my cigar into or re-entry from orbit like you. Anyway. Well, guys, this has been another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit.
Hallelujah.
I'm Nick.
I'm Gator.
Everybody stay safe and stay smoky.
Okay, so let's hear it.
All right. So, what did the leper say to the sex worker?
Oh, God.
Keep the tip.